अस्सलाम वालेकुम फ्रेंड्स, कैसी है मेरी प्यारी प्यारी सी यूट्यूब फैमिली। उम्मीद करती हूँ आप सब लोग खैरियत से होंगे। फ्रेंड, आज मैं ये वीडियो जो है ना बहुत ही मजबूरी में बना रही हूँ। मुझे बहुत ही मजबूरी में बनानी पड़ रही है क्योंकि मुझे एक दो इस तरह के कमेंट आ रहे थे कि जो है आप हमारी वीडियो में नहीं आती, हम आपकी वीडियो में नहीं आएंगे। और मेरे चैनल को बहुत से कुछ लोगों ने अनसब्सक्राइब किया है। यार फ्रेंड, वो सब आपकी मर्जी है, उसमें मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती। लेकिन फ्रेंड, कुछ हालात ऐसे हो गए थे। अल्लाह ताला ये हालात किसी को ना दिखाए, किसी को ना दिखाए ये हालात। तो कुछ हालात ऐसे हो गए थे क्योंकि 15-16 दिसंबर से पहले पहले तक तो मैं आप सबके चैनल पे जा रही थी, आप सबकी वीडियोस देख रही थी। फिर अचानक से कुछ ऐसा हुआ कि जो है ना, मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती क्या हुआ। मेरी बहन के हस्बैंड, बहुत ही मेरे प्यारे भाई जो हैं, इस दुनिया से चले गए। तो उसमें आप बताइए, मैं कैसे आपकी वीडियोस देखती, कैसे आपके व्लॉग्स देखती, कैसे कोई दिल करता है किसी का जब किसी के घर में इस तरह के हालात हो, कोई इसी तरह से कोई ऐसे दुनिया से चला जाए। तो हमने भी ये सब कुछ फेस किया है। तो फ्रेंड, इस वजह से मैं आपके व्लॉग्स नहीं थी देख पा रही। और अभी ये मेरी जो वीडियो है आपने देखनी है, और इसमें वीडियो में आपके लिए मैसेज है, आपने पूरी वीडियो देखनी है। क्योंकि मेरे जो भाई थे, जो मेरी बहन के हस्बैंड थे, वो इंडिया में थे 1-1.5 साल से, और वो वहाँ लंग्स ट्रांसप्लांट के लिए गए हुए थे। वहीं पे उनकी डेथ हुई है। अब मैं जो हूँ, अब इस हालात में मैं ये वीडियोस वगैरह देखती या व्लॉग बनाती, क्या करती मैं। तो बहुत मजबूरी में मुझे आज ये वीडियो बनानी पड़ी है आप सबके लिए। और अगर आप मेरा साथ दे देंगे तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं तो फिर मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती। आप खुद समझ जाएंगे ये वीडियो देख के। और आपने ये वीडियो पूरी देखनी है और बताना है कि मैं कहाँ गलत हूँ, किधर गलत हूँ। क्योंकि हमें जो परेशानी बनी थी 15-16 दिसंबर के बाद बनी थी, बस तब से मैंने आपके जो व्लॉग वगैरह हैं नहीं देख पा रही थी। दिल परेशान था एक। लेकिन फिर भी जो होना होता है वो होके रहता है। अल्लाह की मर्जी के आगे किसी की नहीं चलती है। अल्लाह ताला किसी को इस तरह का दिन ना दिखाए। अभी भी हम लोग परेशान है, मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती है। तो जो नए साल जो है ना, ये 2023 ये हमें जाते जाते बहुत बड़ा दुख देख कर गया है। तो फ्रेंड, हमारे लिए दुआ करें कि अल्लाह ताला हमें सब्र दे, हौसला दे। ना कि आप लोग ये बोलें कि आप हमारी वीडियो में नहीं आती, हमने आपके व्लॉग नहीं देखने, या आपको अनसब्सक्राइब करना है। आगे फ्रेंड आप लोगों की मर्जी। और ये जो मैं वीडियो अपलोड करूँगी, ये आपने पूरी देखनी है। इस वीडियो में आपके लिए एक मैसेज है, ठीक है फ्रेंड्स। और मैं किसी को ये नहीं कहूँगी कि मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें या कुछ, क्योंकि मैं बहुत इस वक्त हूँ ना, आपको बता नहीं सकती किस सिचुएशन में हूँ। तो चलें फ्रेंड, खुदा हाफिज। फ्रेंड, इस वक्त जब मैं वीडियो पे वॉइस ओवर कर रही हूँ ना, घर से बाहर बैठ के कर रही हूँ। और आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि आपने मेरी ये वीडियो पूरी देखनी है, कहीं से भी स्किप नहीं करनी। फ्रेंड, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा अगर मेरी बहन के हस्बैंड को मेरी तरफ से ट्रिब्यूट मिलेगा। और ये वीडियो उनके लास्ट 15 डेज़ की है, जो उन्होंने अपने एक दोस्त को इंटरव्यू दिया जो कि जर्नलिस्ट थे। तो फ्रेंड, अगर आप मेरी वीडियो देखेंगे ना, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगेगा फ्रेंड। प्लीज़ फ्रेंड, पूरी वीडियो देखनी है, कहीं से भी आपने स्किप नहीं करनी। तो ये उनकी आखिरी यादें हैं, जो कि इंडिया में थे और उन्होंने अकेले टाइम गुजारा था।
Saqib, my brother, you're last.
As they say in India, namaste. Saqib. I am a father of 3 boys, rather 3 spoiled, of which 2 are teens. One thinks he's a teen. I used to be I did call center for a while. So Pat, I hear you, brother. it is tough. It is a tough world out there. I'm 45. I'm currently pending a lungs transplant, so hence this pipe. That has led me to this. This means being, in search of, as Brian put it earlier, the I and the me. If any one of you have read that book Alex shared, as mentioned, I think forget the entire studies. That just one book needs at least a couple of lifetimes. That's just, I hardly get even 10% of the book. It just goes right and left. It's just so deep. So that changes a lot of things. When you're seriously ill, you look at some things differently, like Matrix. At the end, Neo sees things totally different. So I hope I can learn something from everyone and pass this experience on. And looking forward. Thank you all.
Saqib.
So far, the deepest part of this session, of all sessions.
Why? Why do you say that?
Well, for once, I can severely relate with my situation.
That's right. Can you say more?
I can say a lot, but there's just so much.
Say. We're here. That's why we're here. That's part of the Sangha. Go ahead, speak.
It's with physical pain, and then you start looking at things differently. With the expectations of people change. Every small thing matters. How precious things are. And you look at your suffering versus other suffering, and then you feel that what you're suffering is nothing. There's just so much out there. Just count your blessings. It's just look around. Julie, the doctor. Just go to a hospital. Just look around. It's there's so much to learn, and then so many sick people out there. It's just a lot. I wish I can be in that Forest Hills street corner and just say, it's all gone.
You can do that. What you can do in this moment, right? Is let go, right? Is let go as much as you can to be present fully with what is right now, and find the joy in your heart, just like you're doing, because you're witnessing, right, the preciousness of actually every breath, by the way.
Oh yeah.
For you, it's literally the preciousness of every breath. Right? So it becomes so fine and so every moment, right?
It's and one last thing. I don't mean this in a negative way to anyone. I just wish everyone feels like this for at least 1 minute of their life. Just 1 minute. So Alex, what you said, so you learn to appreciate, every breath that you have. So in the time, usually when you're young, we're hating things. I hate my teacher. My mom yelled at me. How dare she? She left me. Let it go. It's, don't lose your breath on it. It's just, savor it, enjoy it. I wish I can go back, and it's like all those times when I was angry at the stupidest things. Why? Just like you said, disconnect. Just let it go. You have a number of breaths. Make them count. So don't get me talking. Don't get me talking.
Precious, precious, precious words, brother. Precious words. Precious words. How many people have you seen die so far waiting?
One very close. So close in a sense, because he's also a patient from Pakistan. We bonded. When it's not a matter of time that you spend, it's the quality of the time. So this gentleman, he was older than me. His condition was far worse. I mean, to him, I'm Usain Bolt. He couldn't sit, he couldn't carry a conversation. So we bonded. We talked about things we would do when we get better. We would travel. We talked about our families. So, we became quite close. And then he passed away. And then, I started using some of his things. His wife left his things here, like equipment, pipes, machines and stuff. And then I go back, it's like, why do we have to wait, when you own the pipe to be like, I'm going to do that? I shouldn't have been hard on my kids. It's like, I wasted that time. Let's not do that. Let's not do it when we're 55, or in my case, 46. Let's do it as early as we can.
Yeah. Saqib, you're quiet today. What's up, brother?
Nothing much. When you were talking about love, that song popped in. It's an old song, Love Will Keep Us Alive.
Yeah.
80s, I think.
You want to sing it for us?
Oh, no, God, nobody wants that. But you guys know what the song is, right? Love Will Keep Us Alive. It's an old 80s, I think. I guess it's just one thing. This reminds me of back in school days when teacher asked you after the weekend who read the book, who read the chapter, and we're all looking around. I hope he doesn't pick me, because nobody read the book on the weekend. So it's like nobody wants to go first.
I guess you're going first since you started.
Sorry, I'm by the window by the driveway. I wouldn't mind, but I'm like you. When I start, I don't stop. So let me go last.
No, you go first. No.
It's. I actually practice this, by the way, because you said that we'll be talking with the group, and so with my time alone here, and with you guys, in all honesty, I just know your faces and your name, but I really feel this is a family, because things that we've shared, some even me, I haven't shared, with people very close to me, and I think it's the same for you guys. So this is very, very personal and very close to me. It's the last session really, what's the word you're saying? It was like the nail in the coffin, especially that video. What was that word? Karuna? Karuna?
Karuna, yeah, with Thich Nhat Hanh. Mm-hmm.
I mean, that just gets you thinking. It's like, with whom can you be yourself? Like you said, glasses, right? So in front of who can Saqib take off all of his masks, or just be naked, under all of this? In who? In my life, who can I truly be me. Is it my wife? Is it my brother? Is it Alex? Who can I? You know what? 100% nobody. In my wife, I have to be 97%. In front of my brother, I have to be 92%. What are we afraid of, right? And that just got me thinking.
Hey, you forgot somebody.
That's you, man, brother. Who do you think I'm talking about?
And it was only 97%?
92. Wife is 97.
Oh, shit. The wife got 5% more than me. Get out of here.
Dude, I gotta retire with her.
This is true.
She's paying the bills.
This is true.
So that was just profound. And I would also like, it's a request, moving forward, if Alex allows, if we all can be a group together. I'm not saying let's all meet every week or let's all hang out or whatever. Share your happy moments, or enlightened moments. So once a week, if you throw a message, you know what, this was a happy day. Julie's a doctor. Maybe Julie saves a life. So let us share that. Like Brian, you said you're in business. Hey, I had a good business deal. I made good money today. Thomas got promoted. I'm not saying let's get into chat and yabba yabba all. Let's just share our happy moments. Imagine being happy for somebody for no reason. Think about it. I'm happy for Sarah that she's got a new line of work. But I don't have to be happy. I have nothing to gain from this person. But you know what? I'm actually happy. And vice versa. You know what? Sammy fell in the park and hurt his arm. I really feel his pain. I don't have to. I don't know him. He's just a face, always wearing a hoodie on the screen. But this is somebody I can genuinely be with. It's just a thought. I'm gonna shut up now.
I want to open the floor for you for a little bit.
Thank you. Is it okay if you can share that Rumi's quote we spoke about yesterday with the group? I think Julie's touched a lot of things that I wanted to say. I think that would really help, at least her, and I hope it helps everybody else. Like it helped me.
Do you remember the poem?
I can recite it, but if you can also share it.
Yeah. Go ahead and say it out loud.
Let me just pull it up. Sorry, guys. All right. So Julie, the preface and everybody else, the preface of it is literally identical to what you said. This is what I've been going through with my condition. Again, it's my and I. We're also selfish. And the challenge was, why me? Why not the bad guys? And after all the rumbling around, this is what really helped me. And thank you, Alex, for helping me find it. So it goes like, it's very small. Walk patiently through this troubled world, and you will find a great treasure, even though your house is small. Look within it. You will find the secrets of the unseen world. I asked, why have I received only this? A voice replied, only this will lead you to that. and I kid you not, every time I read this, it's for the first time. It's like, oh my God. And next time it's like, oh my God. And then it's like, oh my God. It's like, why do you have your issues? Why does somebody has cancer? Why does somebody has a tumor? Why do I have my thing? It's like, And the reason that we love life so much, the way we look at things so differently, because before reading this, I would get angry. It was like, why did I waste 20 years of my life not appreciating every second? Is because if I didn't know about this, about today, I wouldn't have appreciated it. If not because of this, then that wouldn't exist. So thank you, Julie, for helping me, come out and say it's this will lead us all to that. And for those of us who are very fortunate, and I've said this before, and I will say this as long as I can speak, is please, love. Forget, anger. Do the things you want to do. Yes, there are challenges, and we don't have money, and if somebody's angered you, like Alex always talks about road rage, it's too short. For some people like myself, like Alex said, we're all gonna die, but you don't really. It doesn't hit you when you see it. Like somebody who has cancer, let's say stage 4, stage 5, they know it's 6 months. When you know the approximate time, it's a whole different ballgame. You look at everything so differently. I'm sorry, I'm going to take 2 more minutes. It's, when people call me up, they're like, oh, you probably have finished all of Netflix. I'm like, and I look at them weirdly. I was like, my time now, literally, it's so schedule tight. I have a schedule for book reading and writing and so much. It's like, it's so jam-packed. I've never been this busy than in all my working life. I have 3 boys, and I'm the busiest now. And people think that all I do is sit on the sofa and do Netflix. It's only, if I only knew how important time was when I was 26. It's phenomenal. Maybe this is lucky that I know the importance. Imagine if I would have gotten sick 20 years down the line, how much less time I would have had to enjoy reading. By the way, I've never read books. Hate is a strong word. I hated library, never read anything, never could stand books. Now it's like I'm so anxious. What's the next one? I have a list. I don't have enough time. And I'm afraid, literally, seriously, I'm afraid that I'm going to die before my Kindle is finished. It's like I have to outrun my Kindle.
I love it.
So,
sounds like a book title. dying to read my Kindle.
Yeah. So please, if you're angry at somebody, if they're younger than you, think of them as, foolish young. If somebody's elder than you, think of them as the foolish wise. Just forget your differences, your neighbor, your uncle, cousin. I take an hour a day, so I go through my phone book and I just randomly call people. I've never done that. She didn't call me on my birthday. He said that. Okay, I'm sorry. Just reach out. There's a book in my Kindle list. I'll share. It's like who will miss you when you die? I think who will cry when you die? I think by Mitch Albom. It's like who's gonna miss you when you die? Something like that. I would want a big eulogy. I would want 100, 200 people. It's like I want more people in my eulogy than they were at my wedding. So just wanted to share. Thank you for your time.
What if you recognized the eulogy not after you die, but you recognize the eulogy now?
Just make, I can't even think about it. I break down.
And that's and for and that but that's the same for that's the same for you don't need to do it now, but I would suggest you break down because most of us think we'd like a eulogy, right? And I mean eulogy, not necessarily that we're dying right now, but we all imagine a eulogy afterwards, and if people are going to say wonderful things about it, a couple of people are going to be like, he was an asshole, but we're all hoping that everybody's going to do a celebratory thing of us, and somehow we're going to be witnessing that and feel really good that we did things. I actually invite everyone to imagine and feel that feeling tone towards oneself now, and not wait to be not here to experience the fullness of that eulogy now. There's something important in what I'm saying. I want you to understand that. It's, and what I want to point out to what you're seeking in that eulogy. What you're seeking is the intimacy of love and connection with everybody. Do that. And you're absolutely right, what you're encouraging all of us to do. And I would say we don't need to die in order to have that, right? We don't need to have a near death experience to realize that. Saqib, you're flying out? You're flying out?
I'm already there.
How did you two meet?
Amazing story. So 1991.
We can't tell him now. You gotta spice, leave, spice it up.
Spice it up.
It's too short to be told now. There needs to be another.
I'll give a beginning introduction to it, and right. So, in 1991 was my first counseling job. I got hired at Bryan High School in New York, and I was the at-risk counselor working with the kids who were having really deep struggles. And you had the regular counselor, and then you had me. And I was in charge of running groups and individual therapy with the kids, with the high school kids. Well, this one walks in one day, and we became brothers, because I was 20. I was what? You were how old? You were 15?
I was 17, I think.
You were 17, 16, 17, and I was like 22, 23. And, at that point, the age difference is not that much. I still felt like I was a little kid, and, and we just bonded, and it was like, like brothers right from the start. And we've known each other 30 years, over 30 years. We've traveled together a little bit and, done things. And then he moved back to Pakistan. He's got a beautiful family, a beautiful wife, 3 kids. And I haven't been able to see him since he's gone, moved there. He came to Greece to see me. We did a little bit of traveling in Greece together. And then he decided to get sick, obviously. Can't believe it. So we're waiting for him to get a transplant so we can go travel the world together again. So we're hoping we can go do that.
That's good, short and brief.
But he is my brother. He's my brother. This is a brother.
You left out the naughty part. Good.
Silly kid. I always tell people, the family you have is not necessarily the family. It's not the only family. He's more family to me than most of my family.
Well, thanks for sharing, because I was kind of curious how you've known each other for so long, since you grew up in different places, but apparently you didn't grow up in different places.
He was living in Queens at the time, and I was working there, and then then he moved after a while. Yeah.
For a few days, a few weekends, I used to live on the couch. Remember that?
Yeah, he lived with me for a little bit there when he going through some struggles. So Mom and I and Dad, we took him in. If anybody needs a couch.
So just a point on what Julie and Alex said about, in the medical field. Um, I until I got sick, I didn't really look at it. And no disrespect to any other field, I'm not into medical. Neither my wife is. But you know, the respect at what these individuals do. Again, no disrespect to anybody else. It's you. You have the power of gods. You save a life. Engineers, psychologists, scientists. Like these people, you can actually put your hands in the body and do your magic and save a life, create a life, and that's just so fascinating. It's like in my condition, surgeon will just check out my lungs, put in a new one, and it's good to go. You just look at it; it's just so amazing. It just fascinates me how simple yet how magnificent this field is. Now, because of this, my son, my youngest one, he wants to be a cardiothoracic lungs transplant surgeon. He's only 10.
And you see,
Dad, how is this possible? I was like, learn it. It's so amazing.
And you see, and therefore the gratitude for the exact life that I've been given. You see what I mean? Plant the seeds for your son's karma to arise to do that, and one day to save a life. Your condition giving birth to the birth of the saving of another human being life. I hope everybody cries just on that recognition. Do you understand? One day, he saves a life because you were sick. Do you understand? May I be sick all the time. The Bodhisattva just says, whatever happens, happens. I eat it. I digest it. I transform it. Wait, I transform it and I digest it for the welfare of all beings. We don't say I want it. I'm just saying it's not an invitation, but whatever arises, right? It's that way. It's not an invitation. I'm playing. But you say, whatever arises, I eat it, I digest it, and may it be fertile ground for myself and other beings. It's amazing, this story with your son. Now, I just want to.
फ्रेंड मैं आपका शुक्रिया कि इन लफ्ज़ों में अदा करूँ। मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आपने मेरी ये वीडियो देखी। मुझे व्यूज़ देख के ही अंदाज़ा हो गया था। तो फ्रेंड ये जो है ना मेरे बहन के हस्बैंड की जो है ना कुछ यादें हैं जो उन्होंने अपने बीवी बच्चों के साथ गुजारी हैं। अब तो बस ये यादें ही हैं क्योंकि वो अब इस दुनिया में नहीं है और मैं तो घर के बाहर ही बैठी हुई हूँ जब मैं ये वॉइस ओवर कर रही हूँ। तो हो सके ठंडी ठंडी हवा भी चल रही है और मुझे अच्छा भी लग रहा है उनकी पिक्चर्स देखना, क्योंकि बस अब ये दुनिया से तो चले गए हैं भाई, लेकिन हमारी यादों में हमेशा रहेंगे। जब तक दुनिया रहेगी ना ये हमारी यादों में हमेशा ज़िंदा रहेंगे, ये कहीं नहीं जाएंगे, ये हमारे बीच में ही हैं। तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा आपने मेरे कहने पे मेरा मान रखा, आपने वीडियो देखी, मुझे बहुत अच्छे व्यूज़ आए। तो फ्रेंड मुझे समझ नहीं आ रही मैं आपका शुक्रिया किन लफ्ज़ों में अदा करूं, कैसे अदा करूं। फ्रेंड मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। तो फ्रेंड आप मेरे बहन भाई हैं, मैंने आपसे ही बातें शेयर करनी है, इसलिए अपने बहन भाई समझ के आपसे ये वीडियो शेयर की, ये बातें शेयर की। और वीडियो मुझे पता है बहुत लंबी है और मुझे खुशी है कि मेरे प्यारी प्यारी यूट्यूब फैमिली ने और मेरी जो है प्यारी प्यारी सी यूट्यूब फैमिली ने वीडियो देखी। फ्रेंड تو میں اس چیز کا بہت دل سے میں آپ مشکور ہوں کہ آپ لوگوں نے میری یہ ویڈیو تو فرینڈ میں اس کا دل سے آپ کے دل سے شکریہ ادا کرتی ہوں فرینڈ، کیونکہ یہ میرے جو ہیں بہنوئی کی یادیں ہیں، یہ تصویریں کتنے خوش ہیں ماشاءاللہ سے ان تصویروں میں، اور دیکھیں اپنے بیوی بچوں کے ساتھ، تو یہ انہوں نے ٹائم گزارا، جو تصویریں جو ہیں، تو بس اب یہ یادیں ہیں۔ ہنستے مسکراتے انڈیا گئے تھے کہ میں وہاں سے ٹھیک ہو کے آؤں گا، تو یہ ان کی جو ہے نا یادیں ہیں جو ان کے اپنے بیوی بچوں کے ساتھ نا، اور میں کہی تھی جب وہ انڈیا گئے تھے نا تو اس امید پہ گئے تھے کہ میں وہاں سے نا ٹھیک ہو کے واپس آؤں گا اور پھر سے نارمل لائف گزاروں گا، لیکن فرینڈ اللہ کو کچھ اور ہی منظور تھا۔ اور میں ایسا کہ باہر بیٹھی ہوئی ہوں، گھر سے نا شدید ٹھنڈ ہے، آپ کو کووں کی آواز آ رہی ہوگی، تو شدید ٹھنڈ ہے، چڑیاں ہیں کوے ہیں بول رہے ہیں، تو بس میں یہی دعا کرتی ہوں جہاں بھی رہیں اللہ تعالیٰ ان کو جنت کے باغوں میں جگہ دے، خوش رہیں، اور یقیناً بہت اچھی جگہ پہ ہوں گے، اور اللہ تعالیٰ ان کو کروٹ کروٹ جنت میں جگہ دے۔ اور فرینڈ میں آپ کا پھر سے شکریہ ادا کرتی ہوں کہ آپ نے میرا تو فرینڈ آپ نے میرا مان رکھا، میرے کہنے پہ ویڈیو دیکھی، فرینڈ میں بہت خوش ہوں، بہت خوش ہوں فرینڈ، مجھے سمجھ نہیں آ رہی میں آپ کا کن لفظوں میں شکریہ ادا کروں۔ فرینڈ آپ ہی میری فیملی ہے اور آپ ہی کے ساتھ میں نے ہر بات شیئر کرنی ہے اپنی، تو فرینڈ مجھے اجازت دیں فرینڈ، خدا حافظ فرینڈ، اور ایک بار پھر سے شکریہ آپ کا بہت بہت، اور آپ نے میرے کہنے پہ ویڈیو دیکھی فرینڈ، تو مجھے اتنا مجھے مان دیا آپ نے فرینڈ، میں آپ کو بتا نہیں سکتی، میں آپ کا دل سے شکریہ ادا کرتی ہوں فرینڈ، آپ سب لوگ بہت اچھے ہیں، اور آپ سب لوگوں نے صحیح معنوں میں یہ بات ثابت کیا کہ آپ لوگ ہی میری بہن بھائی ہیں اور میری یوٹیوب فیملی ہے۔ تو فرینڈ خدا حافظ۔